When we started Toy Story, I think the big goal for us was to do a character movie, was to have a film that had a good story, but characters that you could just really memorable and you feel for, that would make you laugh, to have the main characters funny, not just the comic sidekicks, but also that you really felt for and had a lot of heart. And that was the thing that we started out with from the beginning. I knew that this film would look different than anything anybody had seen, but it was to just sweep them away with great story and characters. I'm really proud of that.
Second to how great the story was, I think the other thing we were aiming for with this film was, knowing that we were making the first computer animated feature film ever, was to really set a high level of quality consistently throughout the film in terms of how the film would look and how all the elements of music and art direction and animation would all fit together to make the film as high quality as we could.
I was really surprised that I was asked to work on a computer animated feature film when I had zero experience in computer animation whatsoever. I had to stop at the beginning of the production and say, am I going to learn everything about computers, or am I going to concentrate on the goals that John and I agree on? And we concentrated on supporting the story and the characters. And by virtue of doing that, the computer kind of downplayed itself, through the story.
Animation-wise, it was great to have the chance to have a story with a character with subtext and an arc, and to be able to try to, and this was the aim of the animation, to have people forget that this is computer animation, that all they care about is the character, and they're relating to this person, a real person, to them. And I think, thanks to the great animators that worked on the film, we succeeded.
The film was a great opportunity for me to work with some amazingly talented people, John, Ralph, and just everybody, to come together as a team and to do the first fully computer animated film. It's a culmination of many, many years of personally in my life, and I know the other people on the team to do this, and it was, it's just, I'm just so proud of being part of the whole mix.
What I think was probably one of the most challenging things about making Toy Story was the fact that no one had ever done this before. No one had ever made a feature-length computer animated film. And what I think we worked really hard at trying to do was getting people that were the best at what they did. We like to say that we had more PhDs working on our film than in any other film crew that we knew of. And I think the biggest challenge is for Ralph Guggenheim and myself as producers was to try to assemble a crew that would kind of face up to the challenge of what it would take to do something that no one had ever done before.
Yeah, it's funny. We were a really small group of people that made it, and we're all predominantly pretty young. And somebody compared us once to sort of the guys at NASA that put the man on the moon. It's like we were all too young and stupid to realize what we were doing is impossible. and from story all the way to technically making this movie. And I'm glad we were young and ignorant and stupid, because we didn't let that stop us. And
knowing what we know now,
I know.
We'd never want to do it again.
It's impossible. Kids, don't try this at home.
I always tell people that it's like, what we did, we just made what we thought was fun that we'd like to watch ourselves. We just made it for ourselves,
we did. I mean, that's why there's so many, homages to every great movie that we've ever loved.
Unabashedly put them in.
Yeah. Right.
But even more importantly, we've all worked together for a long time. Certainly the core group that started this film, and we all were possessed with the same dream that we wanted to realize. And I think it was holding that dream in front of us the whole time that we were making the film is what kept it going, and what allowed us to be crazy enough to put all the time and effort into it, and allowed us to succeed at it.
I love you, man.
Andrew, can I have a ride home?
Sure, John. Yeah, but you got to pay the toll.